What's up, everybody? The first season of Jack Quaid's Superman show has come to an end. I'm going to be diving into spoilers for the episode, so if you aren't caught up with the show, come on back to this video once you've seen all the episodes, and have a great day. The trio dynamic was kind of lacking this week, but Clark and Lois's relationship was really good as always. Jimmy was unfortunately the odd man out with the exception of like one scene, maybe two, but Clark starts the episode having nightmares of the Kryptonian invasion that the General speaks of, and that, this time it gave me big Smallville vibes, as this really the whole episode did. This is going to be Lois's first Thanksgiving at the Kent farm, and her father, who just happens to be the General, is coming too. Before Lois even knows about that, too, there's so much tension in the room, and Sam is definitely onto Clark. When the data orb falls out of Lois's purse and the kryptonite is exposed, the invasion begins because I think Jor-El thought Kal-El was in danger, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be Jor-El's people forcing the invasion, which I'll talk about later on in the video. But Clark takes down the ship really in an effort to sacrifice himself for the people he loves, but his father saves him, and like I said about the nightmares, this is big time Smallville energy in the episode. Oh, and while all that is really important, Clark, Lois, and Jimmy are officially reporters at the planet because, as Perry said, they were too annoying to be interns. I thought this was a really fun way to make them official reporters. Now, while the villains this week were weird, there isn't really like a clear one. You could say it's the General, you could say it's the invasion. I did think this was definitely the weakest part of the episode, as neither were very formidable. That being said, though, the Kryptonian stuff is feeling like just a tease towards season 2 because it hasn't really happened yet. But then Sam Lane, while pesky, doesn't really do much. He's suspicious of Clark, he takes on some Kryptonians, but other than that, once Lois says stop, he cracks, which does make sense with the trajectory of his character over the last few episodes, so I guess you could say he wasn't really even the villain. Back to the Kryptonians, though, the episode ends with a major tease to what I do expect to be the big bad of season 2. So we get a different angle on the failed invasion where it's revealed Brainiac was behind it, but he was not working alone. He speaks to a Kryptonian warrior who I can only imagine is General Zod, and that's no scoop, it's just a feeling. This show really likes to do that kind of stuff where they take a known character and hide them behind a generic title until the reveal, so I think we'll see Zod and Brainiac teaming up next season whenever that comes out. I thought this was a really solid season of Superman stories. There were plenty of things they messed up, like Mxyzptlk, teasing Grodd and then not doing him, and I didn't really enjoy the Heatwave design either, but with that being said, they did a ton of really good things, some of which were incredibly creative. While they didn't end up being formidable, I like the designs of Inner Gang. I ended up loving what they did with Ivo and Parasite, and then I love the bond between Lois and Clark. It was truly wonderful, and really just the whole vibe of the trio. I'd say my three favorite episodes were 3, 7, and 9, and there were probably only two, maybe three at the most, and it could even be one episodes that I didn't like, and they weren't bad. They just dropped below the standard of the other episodes. Unfortunately, I did think the finale was kind of disappointing, even though it was a good episode, if that makes any sense. Like, it was a good episode, but a bad finale, and I didn't feel like the season story was really complete. But as always, I want to know what you guys thought about not only this episode, but the entire season as a whole, so let me know down in the comments below what you thought and what you would rate it, and make sure you have a great day.